We want to pay 2 for one of those. I don't know which one it is, though.
Hello, good game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins. I appreciate you spending the time here with me today to help support the channel. Deposit those thumbs up down below now if you don't mind. Within today's video, we'll be playing Mardu, a red, white, and black mid-range deck focused around not allowing your opponent to do the things that they want to do, nullifying ETB effects as the such, and taking advantage of that on our own as well through things like Kroxa. If you don't already know kind of what I'm hinting at, don't worry. We're going to break down the deck list in its entirety, talk about all of the strategies, synergies included within, discuss the playlines and interactions while we watch the gameplay footage I have recorded for you guys today. And this is going to give you guys, as a viewer, a good idea whether or not the deck is right for you, your personal playstyle, and your wildcard collection. If you're looking for any information within today's video, you can find it within the Linktree link in the description below, or give it a Google to easily find all of the latest and greatest related to the channel. Whether you want to get in on the contests and giveaways or help support the channel, it's all there. With that out of the way, thank you one more time. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a magical day. And if not, well, you will be after this. Let's get into it. Alrighty then. Mardu is a 60 card best of 1, 2.7 average mana value deck with 11 non-creatures and 25 creatures. We do have 24 lands in the deck to keep it nice and consistent. We will start with the don't of the deck. My favorite new card, Strict Proctor for 2 mana, a 1 power, 3 toughness with flying. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. Any ETB effect, doesn't matter whether it's a land, a creature, an enchantment, it covers everything. My favorite is countering the scry off of a scry land, but hey, I'm a simple guy. We've also got 4 copies of Hushbringer, a similar effect here, also 2 mana, 1 power, 2 toughness, flying lifelink. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. So typically, creatures entering the battlefield will be countered by Strict Proctor unless they pay 2 for that. They will be countered when they die with the Hushbringer, so we get the best of both worlds. Basically, double counter on the way in, and then single counter on the way out. We also have 3 copies of Drannith Magistrate, a 1/3, and your opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. This is amazing. This is going to stop, all the foretell, all of the adventure, all of the emergent ultimatums, right? Stuff like this that's really, really annoying. So that's going to stop our opponent as well. And now, as far as taking advantage of that on our own, we've got 4 copies of Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, a 6/6, and when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card, then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. We can replay it from the grave through the escape cost of 4 plus exiling 5 other cards from our grave. So when we talk about Strict Proctor and Kroxa, we will counter the first trigger of Kroxa because they are 2 separate ETB effects, right? When Kroxa enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. This is the one that we do not counter with the Strict Proctor. Not paying 2 mana, allowing it to counter Kroxa's ability, and then it will trigger a second time whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks each opponent, blah, 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 right? So we can actually allow that one to go through if we have the mana to pay for it if we want. Moving forward from that, we've got a lot of removal. 4 copies of Heartless Act, instant speed for 2, choose 1, destroy target creature with no counters on it, remove up to 3 counters from target creature, right? 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant's Stomp at instant speed for 2 mana as the adventure. Damage can't be prevented. This turn Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. 4 copies of Baleful Mastery, instant speed for 4, exile target creature or planeswalker. We may pay 2 rather than the full 4. If we do, our opponent will draw a card, right? So, a little bit of removal in the deck there as well. And of course, we've got 2 copies of Baneslayer Angel, a 5/5 with flying, first strike, and lifelink, protection from demons, protection from dragons. Why not? There's so many dragons in today's meta that I think this is just a great option. And of course, we've got 3 copies of Showdown of the Skalds. When it enters play, exiling the top 4 cards of our library. Until the end of our next turn, we may play those cards. And on the following 2 upkeeps, or, for our whole turn, we'll get an emblem. That's whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, which is really cool. So, Combining this with something like the Luminarch Aspirant, a 1/1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. You know, combining these +1/+1 counters on something like the Hushbringer, right? Flying, so it's got the evasion, it's got the lifelink. In my opinion, that is the perfect target for us to power up. And then we also have the Baneslayer Angel, but if we can't get them on something with life gain, you know, then we do resort back to the flying, and we can also distribute them evenly to dodge our opponent's Heartless Act. We've got the Triomes in play with the Snarls for the land. You know, it's really consistent. I really do like the land base here. The deck is working, you know, all right, I suppose. So with that all out of the way, again, thank you for your time and attention. If you need any clarification on the deck, how it's meant to be played with the specific lines, let us know in the comments below, and we will do our best, you know, to help steer you in the right direction. Again, thank you for your time and attention. Check out the link tree. Everything from the download link to Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant, which again is free and a must-have, to all of the affiliate links into the AM, eWin Racing, you know, Grey Viking Games, and then we've got the Patreon, the Discord, so you can get in on our contest giveaways, all those goodies as well. Enjoy today's gameplay footage, and we'll be back soon to wrap up with our final thoughts.
Okay, so what could possibly go wrong this match? Right, just getting bullied today. What do you do? Just keep playing, right? Keep making new decks, keep having fun. There's nothing wrong with this deck! It's fine. Mono black, probably, right? No, go Gary or Witherbloom. Okay. Love that. I want to play the Showdown next turn. They take a draw here. We're okay. Just breathe. Valky takes Bonecrusher Giant. Oh, no, it doesn't. Hushbringer. LOL. What was I thinking of? You silly duck. Let's get Luminarch in there, and then we can hold up Act and Giant. I want a Showdown, but, you know, we don't really need the cards yet. So let's just try to gain advantage on the field rather than in our hand, which we don't technically need yet. So they probably have a Bonecrusher, right? So that's where Heartless Act needs to go. Oof. Okay, that is ultra annoying. I don't know why they didn't attack. Is Valky that important to them? Or they didn't want me to attack next turn, probably. That makes sense. Alrighty then. We can get after it, or what? We need to find Drannith Magistrate. Like, real bad. So let's use Showdown here, because we've determined that they're definitely playing Ultimatum. So we need to find an answer for that. Here it is. Right, because Ultimatum, I believe, states you may search your library and then cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Or, you know, cast two of them. So Magistrate should shut that down. Ugh. Right on time. They could have removal, though, right? So they need removal in hand, or a counter spell. LOL. Let's try it. I mean, very, very, very worst case scenario, it gets removed. And then we're still good. Let's just go with the creature. Let's try to put one on the Magistrate in case there's a Heartless Act. Forces them to use it now. Got shit there. Okay, so they had the answer they needed. I think we're screwed no matter what. How do we survive an ultimatum without Drannith Magistrate? Okay, they don't have it. They're looking for it still. We might get lucky. 2 to the bottom, draw 2. 5 mana left. 3 cards in hand. Pokranos! Good card. We push up the Luminarch Aspirant. Let's play Kroxa. I guess we should have done that earlier, my bad. And then we can still play the Giant as well, also my bad. I've got a bad habit of attacking first. Right? So we missed out on like 3 damage there, potentially. Whoops. Kronos back in play, 12-12. Empties their grave. We get our Kroxa back in play. They discard here. Ooh, a Liliana. Isn't that so very interesting? I think this is still lethal. Yeah, they didn't end up having anything. We do get our first win. Yes! Very nice. Going first, land looks great. Both Snarls in play, then the Mountain. Finally, the Triome we can cycle away or keep. That decision's gonna be up to us in the future. Let's see where the match falls into play here. That is a takedown. Very interesting. They must just not have a turn 1. Sure, we can deal with. Question is, do we want to? Probably. We could have stomped it, but meh. I'm worried about their counters. I guess we could, again, take this on their end step. Doesn't much matter. We have our fill on land. These Faceless Havens are ultra annoying. I don't mind Banishing Light just on the token. I think that's silly, but... Like, they know we have a Giant. It's just sitting here. Do they have another Banishing Light, that means? And then they also don't save the Giant Killer? They definitely have an answer for this Giant. Let's see. They could just, I guess, tap it. They must have another answer for it. Another Giant Killer. Woof. Okay. They've got some answers here. We're ready for a Baneslayer, I guess. Hushbringer, not great. Does shut down their Skyclave Apparition. I think that's probably the best thing we're getting here. Another Banishing Light. Very interesting. I don't think we use Mastery until the land comes out. Like, it's only 2 damage a turn, right? That's not much. We just need some good top decks. I mean, they already dealt with one Hushbringer. And it's like 5 other cards. So let's just pass our turn. Right. Last time, you know... Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that is actually kind of gross. That gives them the draw no matter what. Right, they get to draw from this. Just because it targets it. But at a certain point... You know, that is a static effect for all of their creatures, so let's just deal with it. Showdown might save us. Let's see what we get. Wow. Let's get this from our hand. Leave that other in exile. Okay, so we've got a blocker for the Faceless Haven. Giant Killers are going to be tapping us. They have a 3rd Giant Killer in hand. Wow. 3 Giant Killers, 2 Banishing Lights. Seems fair. Let's grab as much life as we can. And we have the exile on their Faceless Haven if they bring it out. Are you freaking kidding me? 3 Giant Killers, 3 Banishing Lights, Shuffler's fine. Wow. That's absolutely incredible. Wow, 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 wow. I have no words. I have no words. Let's pass this out. I still don't think we want to exile these. We want to save it for the Haven. I guess we should have Masteried and then we could have played Kroxa again. We can't stay back to block because they're going to have us discard. Woof. Environmental sciences is fine. Wow. I'm like shocked. So that's kind of a bummer. They still might bring their Haven out, I don't know. Nice, okay. So we can't protect it. We still have to save it. No, well, we play it this turn, and then we can play Kroxa next turn at the very least, right? At the very least. Next turn we can play Kroxa. Right, that'll be our 6th. They protect it. I know. Sag. That was meant to be for that Faceless Haven, but I just can't not play anything next turn again, because we're in a losing situation. Five gone. And then we do have a Strict Proctor out as well. We got this. We can do it. Are they going to play a 4th Giant Killer? Or a 4th Vanishing Light? Honestly. Oh, they shepherd it back! Oh my lord. Have mercy! Have mercy! We can't block these either. I guess we can block one of them. Regiment with the Giant Killer actually works pretty good. Yeah, and they could just, like, untap up next turn with the regiment and then tap us before they attack. Ah! I have faith, you know, we can get there. Well, Baleful Masteries. That's how that match started, eh? Woof. So they attack, tap, untap one, tap one of our creatures. And then they can re-tap this creature here for 2 mana. We'll double block, I guess, get hit for 6. Ouchies. They're missing lethal, but that's fine. Down to 1. You can still do this, HGG. No. No. And again, they could be tapping our creatures with the Giant Killer instant speed once Sparring Regiment untaps it from the attack, right? So, at least you guys get to know that tech. I'll put it in a deck. Good game. Let's get out of here, right? We're not going to come back from this. Our opponent has us beat, and we're just kind of dragging it out. But I did want to show you guys the Sparring Regiment Giant Killer kind of synergy you can get going there. Going first, that's always great, but the land is super, super awkward. Let's toss it. This looks a lot better. Keep 6, toss an act. Let's get that Snarl going. Sentinel out. I do hate the Sentinel. I'm going to be honest. Let's get Proctor out first, though. It just shuts down the most things. 2 mana. Cartridge out. They can tap the cartridge now for an additional mana. They don't. Good news for us. Let's get a Hushbringer out. No attacks. They have reach. Heartless Act on, you know, the Love-Struck Beast, probably. Or the Old Growth. They have a fight effect? You dog. Right, they could tap the troll with Sentinel. Use Blizzard Brawl. Yep. I want to do it now before they can tap their cartridge with the extra mana that it provides. I know they still get it back here, but let's just try to stop them as much as we can. Vivian, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gonna be game.
I love Ikoria. I call, and Ikoria answers.
No attacks, you know, they're just filling the field with reach. There's not going to be anything we can do here. Baleful Mastery, and we can exile Vivian, I guess, but relying on top decks is always fun. Wow. They still have 3 available mana. They get the land. Plus they're drawing.
I love making new friends.
Let's kill their mutate stack. No attacks. Baneslayer might save us, but it's like so risky. Oh my god. We counter those, though. Oh no, they can pay 4. Because 2 from the cartridge, and then they've got 2 from the Old Growth Troll. Bomber, man. Yikes. So, I mean... yeah. It's a 7/6, too. That's so silly. We want to pay 2 for one of those. I don't know which one it is, though. So the first one we don't, the second one we do pay for. Alright, the first one's the sacrifice, the second one is the, have them discard, lose 3 life. Are you freaking kidding me? We got a fun video today, don't we? Wow. Woof. Mar don't is, maybe Mar don't we dare. I like it quite a bit. As far as things that we could switch up with the deck, we're having, you know, people talk about Clackbridge Troll potentially because we're focused on the ETB effects, and that might actually be an option. We could take the troll, and that
fits our deck. I think that we could take, you know, a few things out. But again, you know, just having an 8/8 with trample and haste right out of the gate is pretty abusive. So I do really think that Clackbridge should probably go. You know, I hate the idea of dropping Baneslayer, but there's something needs to change here. So I'm gonna export the full list for you guys, and then we can kind of make that decision as we go. If you can't figure it out for yourself, just drop the Clackbridge Troll. I get it. You know, maybe even the Baneslayer, and then you're relying only on your Hushbringer for life. But again, I'm not going to change the deck list for you guys. I'm just going to add it, and you can adjust it on your own. I'm actually going to put it in the sideboard for you guys just to make it a little bit easier so no one's confused in case they didn't watch the video until the end. But I do definitely think that that's a great addition. We're also having people mention the card Doomblade, destroy target non-black creature. I don't even think that's in standard, is it? This is a standard deck, bro. I appreciate your sentiment, but yeah, we definitely do not have a Doomblade within standard, so LOLs there. No bad suggestions though, right? You know, even if the card's not in standard, if it is relevant to the deck, bring it up. Why not? So again, thanks again for your time and attention. Let me know how you guys would change the deck a little bit. Is Clackbridge Troll our best and only option there? And if so, what would you drop from the deck to include it? You know, I always love a little bit of audience engagement for you guys, just to get you thinking, right? Because, you know, it's one thing to just, you know, be consuming this information, and, you know, that's great too. But when you can actually start to, you know, try to decode or whatever you want to think of it for yourself, like putting the thought behind it rather than just like reciting what you already have heard, you know, that is where you kind of do unlock that next level of skill set from. So congratulations, you're on the right path if you've had some suggestions there. Again, thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon in the next.